What else do people want to know about me that's useful?
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Just get my cushion in because I'm an old man. Hang on. So, a little bit about me and how I ended up here. So my name's Tom. I'm an online fitness nutrition coach who specializes in primarily working with healthcare professionals. And we'll jump into a minute how I got here, why I coach health professionals, and just more about me really. So I grew up playing rugby. As you can tell, I'm maybe on the larger side, and so I was a back row or a second row for most of the time. If you don't know rugby, what I just said will mean absolutely nothing to you, and that's fair enough. After years of doing that, I played to like a good level, sort of 16, 17, 18. I think particularly for me, whilst I really enjoy playing sport and the competitive side of it, and I really enjoy the competitive side of rugby, I didn't necessarily love it like a lot of my friends and guys who I played with at the time. I wouldn't go home and necessarily watch rugby. I'd more rather go home and play Call of Duty or whatever the latest game was on the Xbox, or walk the dog. I'd always much rather do that than be watching sport. So it's probably a good sign at the time that actually maybe trying to stick out in a few years of trying to play and trying to get an academy place or an academy contract and etc. maybe wasn't the route for me. So I went to university, left home, went to university up in Edinburgh. As you can tell, I'm from England originally. I'm from Derby, and went to Edinburgh and studied applied sports science. That was 4 years. 4 years of everything from biomechanics to nutrition to sports psychology and everything in between. And alongside that, I joined the surfing club. I did a little bit of rugby, a bit of American football, some judo, some CrossFit, a bit of MMA, a massive mix, but actually surfing was the main thing I did. Ended up being the president of this uni surf club, even though I'm terrible at surfing. No idea why I ended up being in charge. I knew I wanted to get a job in sport or in fitness in some form, but during university I ended up getting a part-time job at a recruitment firm, and turned out to be a great part-time job, flexible hours, really nice people. And once I finished university, someone who's working there started their own firm and said, do you want to join? And as a about to be graduating person, being offered a job on a platter was just like a clear yes. And so took the job, was there for a year or so, ended up falling into recruiting like many people do in recruiting, moved up into working for one of the largest tech firms in the world as a tech recruiter for them. Did that for a few years, worked for a startup, went back, moved more into program and product management. And so all in, I suppose I'd worked in sort of a career in a corporate world for 8, 9, almost 10 years at that point. And I'd reached a point where I was getting more senior, progressing more, but actually I was working a lot of hours, and I was finding that actually I was caring less and less about what I was doing and why. And I've been coaching on and off over the years since university. I did some small group personal training at university, a little business that I did on the side, and I've coached over the years. And I knew I always wanted to do a business, and just the way life happened, I ended up falling into that. And I'd reached a certain point where I knew I didn't want to be doing this for the next 20 plus years or 30 years or more of my life, and thought, right, like let's make the leap, let's finally do it, let's make the leap and start my own fitness nutrition coaching business. And so pretty much 2 years ago, I went full time doing that. Yeah, it's now been 2 years working full time on the business, which has been fantastic, growing strength to strength. And we have clients globally, both UK, right from the US to Australia and everything in between. Get to work with some amazing people, which I absolutely love, and a huge range of goals, right from really big kind of weight loss journeys right through to training for Ironmans and everything in between. So absolutely love it, get to help people every single day. I'm just looking forward to continue to grow the business more and more. A key question that comes up is, why do I specialize in coaching healthcare professionals? And really the answer is I'm surrounded by them. My wife is a doctor, my sister-in-law is a doctor, my dad's a doctor, my mum's a nurse. Most of my friends are doctors, dentists, or vets. My uncle's a dentist. So really my entire social network is pretty much healthcare. And I'm the one, I'm the classic non-medic in the room at any kind of healthcare or medical party. So I've seen firsthand from my own family and from my wife the challenges of working in healthcare and managing your own health, fitness and nutrition, and the things that work and don't work for them versus what maybe works for the general population or people who are in a more stable hour job. And so based upon that, and actually just my own passion for helping people like my family, I think is a really big thing for me, is why I kind of chose healthcare and why I've gone that way. I'll sometimes get people like, oh, why are you choosing healthcare? Like, why are you choosing us? We're not any different. I'm like, well, actually, you are really different in many ways in terms of how your day works, how your stress works, and the kind of things you have to deal with day to day are just so different from a lot of other careers. And so, I think there's lots we can do to really help you specifically that doesn't necessarily work, or things that from the general population doesn't really apply to yourselves very well, which can only help you be in a better place with your health, fitness, and nutrition. So why not? What else do people want to know about me that's useful? As you'll see in future content, I have 2 cats and a Newfoundland. I also have a wife and a toddler as well, she's almost 2. So you'll no doubt see some of that in future as we progress. As I posted another video, I've got a couple events this year, and no doubt lots of events in future. I'll also be posting a lot more educational content, a bit more behind the scenes and background as well. And yeah, lots more to come. So I'd really appreciate it if you'd like, follow, or subscribe, and I'll see you in future.